I always thought my life was a perfect love story, a tale of two people who found each other young, overcame every challenge, and remained unshaken against all odds. My wife, Emily, and I were the couple everyone admired. We met in middle school. At just 12 years old, practically kids, but from the start it felt like we were meant to be. Through high school, through college, through every high and low, we stayed together. No breaks, no doubts. We just knew we belonged with each other. By the time we were in college, it was no surprise to anyone that we'd end up married. At prom, we were even voted most likely to marry. And sure enough, in our junior year, I proposed. She said yes. At 22, we built a life together, had a daughter, our perfect little girl. I truly believed we had it all. Until the day I walked into my own home and discovered a betrayal beyond anything I could have imagined. To understand the depth of this devastation, you need to know about the man who played a role in it, my stepfather. My parents split when I was just 6. By the time I was 15, my mom had remarried. Her new husband, let's call him James, was the kind of man people naturally liked. Tall, confident, athletic. He had played college basketball and even spent some years overseas trying to make it in the sport. When that career didn't pan out, he became a roofer. Hardworking, dependable, someone you could count on. Or so I believed. He was never a father. Figure to me, but I respected him. My mom loved him, and that was enough. Emily had known him for just as long as I had. He was simply there, at family events, in our conversations. Nothing ever seemed off. At least that's what I thought. That day started like any other. I was at work, handling deals, reviewing numbers. My job in pharmaceutical sales meant my schedule was unpredictable. But that day, I was ahead. By lunchtime, I had already hit my target. Feeling good, I figured I'd surprise Emily, maybe take her out for lunch. As I turned onto my street, I noticed something odd. James's car, parked just down from my house. At first, I didn't think much of it. Maybe he was visiting a neighbor. Maybe he was just passing through. It never crossed my mind that something could be wrong. I walked in through the side door, the one without the Ring camera. It was my usual entrance, quicker, more convenient. I had no idea that by choosing that way in, I was walking straight into the worst moment of my life. The house was quiet. Too quiet except for one sound. It wasn't the TV. It wasn't music. It was something else. A strange feeling settled in my gut. An unexplainable sense that something was off. My heartbeat quickened as I made my way upstairs, each step making the unease grow stronger. Then I reached our bedroom door. I pushed it open, and in that instant, my world fell apart. My entire world came crashing down, right there in our bed. The bed we shared, the bed where we whispered promises, the bed where we built our life together. And there she was, my wife, wrapped in the arms of another man, not just any man, my 63-year-old stepfather. I stood frozen, unable to process what I was seeing. They didn't notice me at first, didn't hear me, didn't sense my presence just feet away. For nearly 12 unbearable seconds, I stood there, paralyzed, stomach churning, fists clenched, mind blank. Then Emily turned her head. Our eyes locked, her expression twisted, pleasure morphing into sheer terror. She scrambled, yanking the sheets around her, desperate to cover herself. And James? He just sat there, caught in the act, staring at me. And then my wife spoke. The only words she could manage. I just needed something different. That was it. No apology, no regret, no explanation. Just those 6 words. Words that cut deeper than I ever thought possible. I don't remember much of what happened next. Not clearly. There was shouting, I demanded answers, and Emily. She just sat there, shaking, repeating the same line over and over, as if it would somehow erase what she had done. I just needed something different. Different from what? From me. After 15 years together, after a lifetime of love, after building a home and raising our daughter, she needed something different. And James, he barely spoke. He just sat there, a man who had helped shatter my life into pieces, That night I walked away. I drove straight to my mother's house and told her everything. She fell apart. The man she had loved, the man she had trusted, had betrayed her just as deeply as he had betrayed me. That was the day our family was destroyed. The divorce was inevitable, but there was something else I had to know. Was my daughter even mine? I had no choice. I took a paternity test. Thankfully, she was, but the damage had already been done. This wasn't just about infidelity. It wasn't just about Emily betraying me. It was about trust. About how someone can look you in the eyes for years and still be living a lie. Emily begged for another chance. She cried. She swore it was a mistake. But let's be real. You don't just accidentally sleep with your husband's stepfather. This wasn't some moment of weakness. It was a choice. I don't know how long it had been going on, months, years. Maybe I'll never know. And honestly, I don't want to, because the details don't matter. Nothing changes the fact that the two people I trusted most destroyed me. So where am I now? Picking up the pieces, trying to move forward, trying to be the best father I can. Because my daughter is the only thing that truly matters now. Some days the pain is unbearable. The memories haunt me. I find myself questioning everything. Was any of it ever real? But I refuse to let their betrayal break me. I may have lost my wife, I may have lost my stepfather, but I will not lose myself. And if you've ever been betrayed, if someone you trusted has ripped your heart out and walked away without a second thought, listen to me. You will survive. You will heal, and one day you'll look back and realize you were always better off without them. Betrayal is one of the hardest things to endure, especially when it comes from those closest to you. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. No matter how deep the wounds, you can rebuild. You can find strength in the broken pieces, and most importantly, you deserve better. If you've ever experienced betrayal, I want to hear your story. Drop a comment below and share your experience. Let's create a space where we can support each other through life's hardest moments. And if this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Your support means the world. It helps me continue bringing real, raw, and emotional stories to you. Thank you for being here. Stay strong, stay focused, and remember, your story isn't over yet. I'll see you in the next one.